your Prince George Kodiaks! Okay, let's hear it one more time for your Prince George Kodiaks!
Ladies and gentlemen, your Prince George Kodiaks!
If you're gonna do it, you gotta do it here. No. I know, but like if you're gonna do it, you put it here, not there. Just for the ambiance.
And can we please rise, remove your hats, and welcome Cora for the singing of O Canada.
Hello and welcome to BCFC football this Saturday evening in Prince George, British Columbia, as we get ready for the Prince George Kodiaks and the Langley Rams. A big matchup here for the Kodiaks as they go up against the undefeated 3-0 Langley Rams here this evening. Obviously, the Langley Rams sitting atop the BCFC standings. I'm your play-by-play voice for this evening's matchup, Ethan Reddy, joined with me on color, Brad Packinen. Thank you so much for joining me back-to-back weeks.
I'm back, baby.
And so a very exciting matchup we've got here. A very high-powered offense in the Langley Rams that we've seen over the last 3 weeks of the BCFC schedule. They're one of the few teams that have yet to have a bye week, so I can't say whether you really think that they're going to be super tired or super exhausted at this point, but definitely going to be a tall task for the Kodiaks here this afternoon.
Absolutely, yeah. You have to be able to stop Darryl Overstreet Jr., their quarterback, and Shaquille Roman, that defensive end for Langley right now. They're kind of controlling, and they're really what this Langley team runs through. So you got to slow these guys down and got to see what happens for the day.
Absolutely, and thank you very much for those tuning in on BCFC TV this evening. Thank you again for tuning in, supporting junior football here in the province of BC, and we hope we have a good matchup here for you tonight. Definitely anticipate some highlight reel plays between the two sides. Taking a look at the Langley Rams, you already mentioned it, Darryl Overstreet Jr. has just been an absolute monster when it comes to the offensive stats, leading the league with 963 yards through the air, 8 touchdowns, and not an interception yet. Yeah. I say that because on the defensive side for the Prince George Kodiaks, you do have the league-leading Aiden Leslie when it comes to interceptions. He's got 4 to his name this season. He had 3 last week against the Kamloops Broncos. So definitely a side of the field that you don't necessarily want to be passing on, that side of Leslie.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus you can't really, like, Leslie on the strong field corner, and then on the boundary side corner, you got a guy that's just as lethal in Dylan Pittick too. That safety, Taman Pittick, he's really that quarterback of this defense, specifically the secondary. He can play the ball as well, so it'll be a fun matchup. And
it's interesting when you look at the offensive stats on Langley. You look at Overstreet, you see how well he's throwing the ball through the air. But even on the ground, he's got 271 yards on the ground.
Yeah.
And you look at their leading rusher. Yes, Tyson Godspower leading the team with 295 yards. But then you look at the rush attempts, and you see that he's rushed the ball 10 more times than his quarterback. So the fact that Overstreet Jr. has 271 rushing yards, 5 touchdowns on the ground, like that's Madden stats right there.
he is a true dual threat quarterback from everything that I've seen so far, and like you with the Kodiaks, you have to force him to beat you through the air. Do not allow him to be that dual threat and get moving on the ground. You have to be able to keep him inside the pocket. Force him to beat you, like dice you up multiple times.
Absolutely. So we're about ready to get this game underway. It looks like it will be the Langley Rams kicking the ball off to the Prince George Kodiaks. They'll be kicking the broadcast right to left. The Langley Rams wearing their white jerseys with blue trim. Meanwhile, the Prince George Kodiaks getting ready to return this one. They'll be decked out in their black uniforms with yellow trim, and it does look like it will be number 4, Andrew Brown, and number 5, Taman Pittick, back to return this one for the Kodiaks as we get ready. It looks like number 87 for the Rams will be getting ready to kick this ball off. And the crowd here at Massage Place Stadium getting ready for this game to get underway. And here we go, a big, high, booming kick to get this game underway as Taman Pittick will look to field this one at the 30, the 40. Has some space before getting wrapped up, brought down. Looks like he was forced down to the ground at the 45-yard line. So pretty decent setup for the Kodiaks offense to get this drive underway.
Yeah, good return for Taman Pittick there. Special teams really turned it around last week for the Kodiaks against the Broncos. This week kind of hopefully starting off, or kind of continuing where they left off.
Kodiaks break the huddle. They'll line up with a 3-receiver set to the near side. A lone back formation as Toby Plett, he's starting quarterback. Here's a little quick hitch to Sidney Nancaro. Makes the catch, but very quickly has the Rams defense converge on him for a loss of 2 yards on that play.
Yeah, it looks like Ben Fair, number 21 for the Kodiaks. Just a little too late getting out there.
Loss of 2 yards on the play.
Toby Plett really just needs to drive that ball in more, too. Can't leave so much airtime on these little, quick little screens.
Rams lining up with a 4-man front. Here's a handoff. Xander Tabora. The handoff on that play. 2nd and 12. Opt to run the ball. And maybe a gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd down.
22, Xander Tabora for a minimal gain.
No movement by the Kodiaks offensive line there. If they really want to kind of get an offense going today, they have to be able to establish the run.
Units on the field.
2 return men back for the Rams. Murphy, high booming punt. It's up to the 40. A fumble on the catch. Quickly gets wrapped up, brought down by the Kodiaks cover. As the Rams offense will come out onto the field for the first time.
Great job by Ben Ferry making that tackle.
The Rams will start this offensive drive from their 37-yard line.
It'll be first down Rams at about the 37-yard line.
13:25 remaining in the first quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Overstreet Jr. He'll take the snap. Hands this off to God's Power. He'll find some room. Sweeps through the defense to the sideline. Tries to cut it back. He does. Gets wrapped up and brought down after a huge gain. Gets that to the Kodiaks 44.
Great job by the Ram offensive line on that stretch. I think it's left tackle Jet Dreesenar being able to kind of kick that end out.
Brings the ball up to about the Kodiak 38.
Here's play action here. Overstreet zips that. Tries to connect number 14, Rush Henderson, but he drops that pass. That'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Simple flood concept by the Rams. They had to go with the very far side receiver. Slot ran a deeper out, and the number 3 guy ran a kind of like a flat chip, flat out. Really put the field side half, Ryder Vogt, in a bind. He couldn't really make the right decision.
Here's where you need your noise, Prince George.
3 receivers to the strong side for the Rams. Overstreet Jr. motion through the backfield. He'll drop back. Looks to zip that and not paying attention. Emmanuel Brown gets taken down. The number 12, Dylan Pittick. That brings up 3rd and 10.
Number 3, Emmanuel Brown falls incomplete.
Yeah, Brown just runs a little curl route. I don't think he was really expecting it, but yeah, Dilly came in firing. Give him a nice little hit there.
4 receivers to the far side. Overstreet drops back, looks to pass, tries to zip that into a pocket. Number 14, Henderson, right there. He'll make the catch and the first down to move the chains.
Expect to see more of that out of this quads look.
Ball caught by number 14, Rush Henderson.
Langley Ram head coach Kai Todd Hunter, who was Valley offensive coordinator for the last 8 years or so. He is an incredibly talented play caller. There's a difference between calling plays and calling an offense. He calls an offense.
And it looks like Henderson takes a knee after that last play. He'll get tended to by the medical staff as Overstreet Jr. will come on over to his sideline and chat with his coach. 11:55 remaining here in the first quarter. Ball on the Kodiaks 25-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams. There's play action looking over the middle. That gets tipped by Kobe Kidd.
Yeah, simple RPO. Kobe Kidd kind of played it slow, read his run first. Overstreet saw him kind of come down, but I don't think it was far down enough.
Rams break the huddle. They'll line up 3 receivers to the far side. Motioning. Overstreet Jr. He'll hand this off. Number 22. He'll bob weave and gets brought down. I think just shy of the 10-yard line.
Should be a first down.
Tyson Godspower on the carry for that one. Will move the chains.
Number 22, Tyson Godspower, your ball carrier.
Nice simple inside zone.
Rams lining up, 3 receivers to the near side. Number 9 will motion into the backfield. Misdirection there. Number 9 with the catch going for the end zone.
Yep, he's in.
And that will be touchdown for the Rams. Number 9, Josh Caverly.
Looks like Kodiak's corner, Dylan Pittick, is down right now as well.
That's what's received by number 9, Josh Haverly.
Yeah, simple play action with a, we call it a slice motion coming across. And if you don't, if the play side linebacker doesn't have eyes properly to that slice motion, you kind of get lost wide open into the flat.
Dylan Pittick getting tended to by the Kodiak's training staff. Meanwhile, there's now a member of the Rams also down on the field. Looks like it's
Caverly.
Caverly, the receiver who ended up scoring that touchdown. Looks like he's holding his left shoulder.
Let's have a hand for the injured.
That looked like a big contact on both sides, honestly, so I'm not surprised both of them went down. Really good play calling on that drive for the Rams there too. It's a lot of this or that calls and decisions for the quarterback to make.
10:36 and the Rams going for 2 following that touchdown. 3 receivers to the far side. 81 motions through the backfield. Overstreet Jr. looking for a quick slant. That falls incomplete. Emmanuel Brown, the intended target. And it will stand at just 6 for that scoring drive by the Rams.
Yeah, Rams running a quick jet motion, isolating that backside receiver for the slant. It's never a bad call.
Score, Langley round 6, Prince George Kodiaks 0.
Langley Rams lining up to kick this ball away. Once again, it'll be Brown and Pittick back to return for the Kodiaks. Once again, this one goes to the far side to Pittick. Return. And he'll get brought down at the 30.
Yeah, special teams need to be a good key for the Kodiaks to be in this game today. Can't really. The blocking on that return kind of broke down pretty quick. Pittick didn't really have much of a lane to run through.
The Kodiaks will start this offensive drive from the 30-yard line inside their own end of the field. We'll break the huddle, line things up. 3 receivers to the near side. Xander Tabora, the inside slot. Plett will take the snap. He'll gently roll to the right, passes it off to Ben Fair, who may have picked up a yard on that pass play.
Andrew Brown and Xander Tabora kind of got crossed up there. Not really sure who was in the wrong, but it looked like they both kind of ran the exact same route at the exact same time in the exact same area. Can't really have that at all. May have had Plett miss his read a little bit there.
Kodiaks lining up, 2nd and 8. Plett, passing play, he'll scan, looks, and that gets picked off by the Rams. Got tipped, and then it was number 11, Lucas Gauthier.
Yeah, Plett really did not look comfortable in that pocket. He had time. For some reason, he just felt rushed. Kind of sped through his progression a little bit. Wasn't necessarily the wrong progression, or the wrong read, sorry, throwing it to Tabora. Bad ball.
9:32 remaining here in the opening quarter. Overstreet Jr. under center. He'll hand this off. Number 22, God's Power. He'll get wrapped up by number 44, Kobe Kidd. Pick up of 4 yards on that one.
4-yard line to the game by number 22, Tyson God.
Yeah, you really want to eliminate those 4, 5, 6 yard runs. Kind of make them 2 to 3 yard runs. Kind of make that quarterback into a tougher situation throwing wise.
Overstreet Jr. takes the snap, drops back, some pressure coming off the edge. He'll decide to run it himself. And he'll run out of bounds at the Kodiaks 28-yard line, and that will move the chains. First down scramble there by the Langley quarterback.
Yeah, Kodiaks are being a little bit passive with their pass rush today right now, or at least right now, which is not the worst idea in the world with Overstreet. You want to keep him in the pocket, force him to kind of make him break down those plays to get him outside. Never allow him to break one out right up the middle.
8:35. Overstreet Jr. Play action. He'll scan it over the middle. Number 81 with the catch. He gets knocked down by number 48, Jaden Craig.
Yeah, right back to that RPO. Overstreet made the right read that time. Kobe Kidd came down. Just threw it right behind him. Again, just these throws are this or that. If he does this, you do this.
Overstreet under center once again. He'll hand this off. God's Power runs right into Keandre Williams.
I believe that was Michael D. Alameda, actually. Regardless, good play by the Kodiaks defense.
Not a lot of room to go anywhere.
Second and 8. 4 receivers, that quad set to the right side. Here's play action. Overstreet Jr. rolls to the right. Looking for the deep end zone, and that will fall incomplete. Number 8, Marcus Jones, the intended target.
Kodiaks played that really well that time. Jesse Hallman didn't get sucked back inside. He saw that flat player coming out. He stayed on top of him. Kodiaks defenders played that nice and patient.
This is a 3rd and long situation.
3rd and long. Well, 3rd and 8. Rams offense stays out onto the field. Overstreet takes the snap. He scans, looks, and gets it into the end zone. Number 14, Rush Henderson. His 2nd touchdown catch of the evening.
Ball by number 14, Rush Henderson for the Langley touchdown.
Nice little design by the Rams there. Kind of ran a inside switch motion. Henderson kind of running this nice little post. Aggressive by the Langley Rams today. They're looking to go for 2 again. Looks like our scoreboard is down.
Overstreet, he'll hand this off. God Power trying to get in there. And it is no good. Once again, Kodiak's defense comes up with the stop to hold, once again, the scoring drive to just 6 points. The Rams make it 12-0.
Regardless, that was still a 4-yard gain by the Rams there on that rush. If I'm Coach Gillette, I'm trying to think of some ways to kind of prevent that defensive line from getting stretched out a little bit.
6:58 remaining here in the first quarter.
Looks like Josh Caverly for the Rams is going to be out for quite a bit now. He's has some ice on his shoulder.
Your score, Langley Rams 12, Kodiak 0.
Got Jacob Wong back as a returner with AB now.
We'll see Andrew Brown on that far side, the same side that the Rams going for a short kick, a flag being thrown.
Yeah, this is going to be an offside on the Rams on this kickoff. If I'm not mistaken, Kodiaks get the option of taking the ball where it is and or pushing the kick back 5 yards. Looks like they're just going to keep it where it is. That's kind of the downside of these kind of, for lack of a better term, like exploding kind of kickoff motions. It's really tough to get the timing of these consistently. Decent field position for the Kodiaks, though.
So they will be starting this drive from their own 51-yard line.
First down, Kodiak.
3 receivers to the far side. Four down linemen for the Rams defense. Here's jet sweep here to AB, and he gets chased down. Practically the entire Langley defense right there with him.
Yeah, Kodiaks had a lot of success with that play last week. Xander Tabora, he came down as a crack guy. Wasn't really able to seal that edge, though.
Correction on that was a loss of 6. It'll be 2nd and 16.
The loss of 6 yards, so 2nd and 16 for the Kodiaks. Platt drops back, tries to find some time, and that gets picked off. I believe that's C.J. Augustine with the interception. And Plett throws his second interception of the evening.
Yeah, it looked like he was just rushing himself again. He had the time. He wasn't super rushed. Threw that off his back foot.
That'll give Langley a first down.
When you throw it off your back foot, it's just going anywhere it wants to go at that point.
So the Langley Rams offense back out on the field, and once again, they're starting this drive with very good field position as they're already inside the Prince George end of the field, starting this drive from the Kodiaks 49-yard line. And a flag thrown in the Langley backfield.
Might be a time count.
Yes. Flags on the field. Time count violation, Prince George. Rather, time count violation, Langley.
.540 remaining here in the first quarter. Langley breaks the huddle, 3 receivers to the far side. Overstreet looks into the flat, and that will fall incomplete. Tyson Godspower, the intended target.
Ball intended for number 22.
Yeah, it looked like Sawyer Sans to be for the Kodiaks. Kind of got sucked back inside a little bit. I'm sure he has the flat defender. Might have just been a little late. Or sorry, that was Ryder Vogt for the Kodiaks. He was just a little late coming back out down to the flat. Him and Jesse Homme kind of got caught up.
Second and 15 for the Rams. Quads left for the offense here. Overstreet drops back, steps into the pocket, zips it up to the 35. And number 19 with the reception gets a few yards after the catch and carries that up to the Kodiaks 19-yard line. Dante Meyer, the product of Prince George, with the reception.
Nice little layered concept by the Rams there. Had an under with a deep over with Meyer. Rams checking to see what the Kodiaks are in.
Here's a handoff. Number 15. Jackson Kluwer.
Jackson Kluwer, number 15, your ball.
That'll pick up about 3 yards on that play. Overstreet Jr., some play action. They'll dump that into the flat, number 81. The intended target, that falls incomplete, though.
Pass intended for number 81, Ryder Quintana.
Yeah, simple. Again, RPO, this or that. Defense does this, you do that. Overstreet with the right read. Looks like Rams are going to go for it again on third down. Aggressive play calling. I'm a fan of it. Probably expect another layered route, stretch the vertical.
Overstreet, he'll roll. Looks for the end zone right there, just inside. Number 8, Marcus Jones. Gives Overstreet Jr. his third passing touchdown of the evening.
Yeah, nice little roll flood concept by the Rams. They had a deep curl with a seam from number 2 and a flat from the third receiver.
Touchdown completion made by number 8, Marcus Jones of Langley.
Another 2-point conversion coming up.
Rams with a bunch set to the right side. I'll hand this off. And just cuts right through the defensive line and into the end zone for the 2-point conversion. Gets the Rams up to 20.
Jackson Keyword, number 15. With the
This Kodiak defense just kind of looks flat coming out. Not really much energy. This entire Kodiak team, honestly.
Your score, Langley Rams 20.
Just flat, no real energy, no real sense of urgency at any point so far in this first quarter. Best cure for that is a big play from a big player.
And we'll see if that ends up coming up here. As looks like Damon Pittock is back in his usual spot on the kickoff return alongside Andrew Brown. There's a deep kickoff here. That will go to Pittock. And Pittock will get that to about the 26-yard line, so not a big gain or big return there for the Kodiaks.
Number 5, Damon Pittock with the return for a few yards.
Yeah, just no real sense of urgency at any point so far from this Kodiaks offense or defense.
So 3:51, Kodiak start this drive at their own 27-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. And Plett will hand this off. Jacob Wong trying to get the edge.
Yeah, poor blocking by the Kodiak receivers. You want to get Wong downhill on those stretch calls, but you can't. Once you get him stretched out like that, you're just running to the sideline the entire time. So, yeah.
Your Prince George ball carrier.
That'll be a loss of 5.
Brings up 2nd and long, Prince George.
3 receivers for on the far side for the Kodiaks. Plett. He'll take the snap, drops back, scans, looks to throw, and that will fall incomplete.
Yeah, it wasn't. Plett had the time. He understood that he had the time. That's the kind of read that he needs to make. That was the correct read. But again, bad ball.
Number 21, Ben Fair, falls incomplete.
Should be noted as well, like Kodiak's number 7, Nick Ramirez, is going to be very limited today with a shoulder injury. Kodiak's all beat up.
Maxime Murphy will look to punt this one away for the Kodiaks. Murphy was the Week 3 Special Teams Player of the Week in the CJFL. And he'll punt this one away. This one gets near to midfield, and number 88 looking to return this one. And he fumbles the ball, and looks like the Rams were able to jump right back onto that.
Yeah, that's the type of play that you need to make as a special team. Like, when you come out flat like this, you force a fumble. Ideally, you recover it. But it creates some sort of energy, some sort of spark. Hopefully that kind of pays off for the Kodiaks this drive.
Rams offense Rams offense back out on the field.
Someone's offense.
So Rams with 3 receivers to the far side.
That's going to be a false start on the Rams there. David Watson for the Kodiaks, late coming on the field.
Play below dead with flags on the field. That was a false start, landing by the Arconi. Giving a 2nd and 15.
So 1st and 15 for the Rams following that penalty. Overstreet drops back. Quick throw to the sideline. Emmanuel Brown, he's off and running. And he'll step out along the sideline. Picks up about
Pass attempt complete to number 3, Emmanuel Brown.
10 yards on that play. That'll be 2nd and 5.
Second and 4 again.
3 receivers to the far side. Here's a handoff to God's Power. He'll try to cut it back, but gets brought down by Tiago de Almeida.
Looks like no gain on the play as well. That's a really good job of the Kodiak defense, stretching that out, making God's Power run to the sideline instead of getting upfield. Positive play for the Kodiaks on that one, really.
Overstreet drops back and throws that in behind the intended target, as that will be a turnover on downs. The first time for the Rams.
Yeah, just looked like a little bit of a miscommunication between Overstreet and the intended receiver there. I think Overstreet, as he was coming off the field, kind of gesturing, may have wanted the receiver to kind of be a little bit more outside to that. Not exactly sure, though, but just general miscommunication.
So Kodiak's offense now out on the field. 3 receivers to the near side. Jacob Wong, the lone back in the backfield. And a free play here for the Kodiaks as Plett will step up into the pocket and he'll try to rush it himself. Gets tripped up.
If you're Toby Plett, just throw the ball downfield. I think he knew that he had a free play there. See what happens. Take your shot. Again, it kind of goes back to everything we've been saying. Just kind of get a spark going.
Call on the field is offside. Langley. Of a penalty of 5 yards. 1st and 5.
So inside the final minute here of the first quarter, 3 receivers to the near side for the Kodiaks. Plett, he'll take a quick throw here. Andrew Brown wide open, and he gets that inside the Rams' end, and a late flag being thrown here on number 11 of the Langley Rams, Lucas Gauthier, as he slammed Andrew Brown to the turf after that catch.
Yeah, it's going to be unnecessary roughness. You cannot slam players down to the ground. It's a physical sport, but you can't do that. It's going to be a plus 15 for the Kodiaks.
I will say it may have been all the WWE entrance music that was being played during pregame that may have just got him in that mindset.
He was feeling like Dave Bautista, Brock Lesnar. Taking him to Suplex City.
He did. He definitely did.
Yeah, right?
45 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Kodiak's trailing the Rams 20-0, trying to get themselves on the scoreboard. 3 receivers to the far side lining up. Here's Plett. He's got Fair open over the middle. He's looking for the end zone, and that gets picked off. CJ Augustine with his 2nd interception. And a late flag once again.
Yeah, I think this is going to be on Kodiak's number 63, Magnus Arnesen, after the play. Plett didn't need to make that throw. He again, got greedy with it. Try to force it downfield. I get it. You just had a big play. You want to create another big play, but at this point, you're down by 3 scores. Just get some yards. Try to get a drive put together.
26.4 seconds remaining here in the first quarter.
That was a Kodiak unnecessary roughness penalty. First down, 90.
Rams offense back at around the field. They'll line things up. 3 receivers to the near side. Overstreet scans the right side. Looking to zip that one to the sideline, but that will fall incomplete. Number 81, the intended target, Ryder Quintana.
Ball intended for number 81, Ryder Quintana.
Yeah, that was a post wheel concept by the Rams. It looked like Sarasansky played that well. Or sorry, Ryder Vogt, apologies, played that very well, along with Eli Johnstone. Looks like they moved Aiden Leslie to the safety spot for Taman Piddick, who appears to be on the bench, with Dylan Piddick back in the game at the field at the boundary corner.
Overstreet Jr. drops back, scans, looks for that side again, and he'll connect number 8. He gets wrapped up and brought down by a trio of Kodiaks. Marcus Jones with the reception.
Pass attempt complete to number 8, Marcus
That should be quarter time.
About 13 yards. That brings your first quarter to an end with the score.
And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. The Langley Rams leading the Prince George Kodiaks by a score of 20-0, as both sides will swap and get ready for the second quarter of action here at Massage Place Stadium.
Rams really efficient on offense that quarter. Maybe 1 or 2 negative plays in that entire quarter for their respective drives.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember at the south end of the field, there are food vendors, beverage vendors, and you can pick up souvenirs from the Kodiak Shack back there as well. And don't forget your 50-50 tickets.
Rams offense lining things up. 3 receivers to the far side as we get this second quarter underway. There'll be a handoff here. Tyson Godpower, he'll get brought down. Believe that was Keandre Williams on the tackle.
Rams capping that backside of their offense, of those run calls really, really well with number 81, Ryder Quintana.
Brings up 2nd and 7. Back and 8 balls. Let's hear the press score.
Rams line up again. Ethan Reddy's talking to somebody right now.
And here's a catch here, number 14, Rush Henderson. And he'll bring that to the near sideline. And that'll move the chains for the Rams.
He had 2 players open there. He had Henderson underneath who he threw to. Then he had a receiver right over top of the linebackers. Again, they're running a lot of layered routes, forcing the linebackers of the Kodiaks get their eyes down low so you can just shoot them over top.
Overstreet Jr., a bunch formation, receiver motioning. That's Dante Meyer will motion to the right side. It'll be the lead block here for God's Power. And he'll pick up about 6 or 8, maybe 8 on that play.
God's Power, your ball carrier for another couple of yards.
Kodiak run defense needs to be a lot better and tighten up right now.
Illinois, Prince George. This is where you help.
3 receivers to the far side. There's a jet sweep. Emmanuel Brown trying to get the edge. He gets it, gets up to the 30, and then steps out of bounds.
Looks like there's a flag.
Flag is thrown on the far side of the field.
Look for the Rams to come back to that play in a little bit. Overstreet had nobody covering that backside on the containment for the Kodiaks there. Nobody was there. He was able to kind of shoot it back up. That's what I was talking about earlier with Coach Todd Hunter. Calling an offense and not just calling plays. He's showing something to see what you do, and he's going to come back to that a little bit later on with a little bit of wrinkle. With a little bit of a wrinkle later on in the game.
An injured Langley Ram down on the field. Looks like it's one of their offensive linemen. Might be number 60.
Yeah, I think it's Hunter Henderson, former Valley offensive lineman.
And he'll be able to make his way to his own sideline on his own weight.
A couple offensive linemen for the Rams not here today.
Still a first down for Langley.
/ not starting right now, so might be dealing with a little bit of injuries on their end.
Rams 3 receivers to the near side. Overstreet scans, looks deep, wide. Well, he was wide open.
He was, yep. Eli Johnstone kind of got burned there. Looked like man coverage.
Josh Haverly falls incomplete.
Manuel Brown was wide open on that pass attempt, but Overstreet Jr. underthrew him about 5 yards.
That's probably the first bad ball we've seen Overstreet Jr. throw today.
The 2nd and 10 for the Rams. 3 receivers to the near side. Overstreet Jr., he'll roll to the near side, looks for the sideline, and he'll nestle that into the hands of number 8, Marcus Jones, and that will move the chains for the Rams.
Rams had Rush Henderson running up the seam. One-on-one with Aiden Leslie, who's playing safety right now. They might try to convert that into a corner later on. Just kind of where the leverage was on that route.
Push down Rams on the 25-yard line.
Number 81 will motion. He'll take the handoff here out of the backfield. Number 81 trying to skip through and bob and weave through the Kodiaks defense, and he'll carry that close to that first down marker.
Number 81, Ryder Quintana, your ball carrier.
Yeah, Rams seem to be liking these outside jet motions right now. I would be too. They're getting the edge really, really efficiently.
Langley Rams first down on the Prince George 15-yard line. Let's hear some noise, Prince George.
Rams 2 receivers on either side of the formation. Looks like they've got a tight end on the left side. They'll play action to God's power, and they'll hit number 33 for the touchdown. Thomas Wiggins lined up as the tight end and came opposite direction from where that handoff was being directed to.
Yeah, simple slice motion again. Again, if that play side, if you're not the play side linebacker, if you don't have eyes to that slice motion, you get lost real fast. He's wide open in the flat.
So once again, Rams stay out for a 2-point conversion. Overstreet will drop back, looks for a quick throw, and that will fall incomplete as the Rams have their lead go up to 26. Kodiak still sitting with a 0 next to their name on the scoreboard.
Number 88, Kilo Kizin, falls incomplete. That puts your score at Langley Rams 26, Prince George Kodiak 0.
Great job by the Rams so far, taking the air out of this crowd right now, as well as the Kodiaks. Looks like Jacob Wong's back at the returner spot for Taman Piddick.
.11:35 remaining in the second quarter. And here's a deep kick here. This will go to Wong. And he'll try to find a lane, and he gets brought down at the Kodiaks' 32-yard line.
An adjustment I would make if I was the Kodiaks is I would take Xander Tabora and move him back to the running back position and put Jacob Wong in at that slot position. Speed at 3 kills. Tabora's not really meant for that type of position.
Prince George on the offense on their 32-yard line.
$11:20 remaining here in the second quarter. Kodiaks line up, 3 receivers to the far side. And Plett will drop back. He'll try to scramble. He's getting chased down. Gets the ball away, but he was under some significant heat there by Shaquille Roman. Number 0 for the Rams. Roman leading the BCFC in sacks with 3 to his name so far this season.
Yeah, he's an explosive player coming off the edge. It's a formula that teams might be starting to implement a little bit more, is bringing in a very explosive player off the edge and a really experienced quarterback.
Plett, he'll look for Ben Fair, who has to try to force his body backwards to try to meet that pass. And it'll fall incomplete. Brings up 3rd down for the Kodiaks.
Ben Fair falls incomplete.
Yeah, this team just looks all out of sorts right now. No real energy, no real pop to anything that they're really doing. Even walking onto the field right now for the special teams just kind of seems low in energy. So,
Maxie Murphy to punt this one away. Once again, 2 returners back for the Rams. And Murphy gets this one away. A wobbling punt gets to the Rams 50, and no yards call will be thrown. As I believe that was Hayden Duvall, who was well within the 5-yard halo.
Maxime Murphy had a nice high kick. That's kind of the downfall to a high kick. Is kind of screws your punt team. Sorry, I'm blanking on their position. But yeah, like Hayden Duvall, he just mistimed his distance between him and the returner there. Gunner, that's the position I'm thinking of. Like, figured it out.
I never took you for someone who would be in that role, so I can understand why.
What are you saying? I don't have the body type for it?
I'm just saying you.
I'm slightly offended.
That's okay. It's more the lack of speed I was hinting to.
Okay.
Handoff here,
Nice.
and that gets wrapped up. A gain of a yard.
Yeah, you want Keandre Williams to make that tackle first since he was the first person there. Good job by Kidd and Jaden Craig kind of cleaning that up.
Ball carrier number 15, Jackson Taylor.
Rams lining up 3 receivers to the near side. Overstreet Jr. scans, has some time. He'll roll. and zips this one wide open. Emmanuel Brown.
Yeah, Rams wanted to go over top with these crossing routes again. Jaden Craig got enough depth, took away that over top crossing route. Overstreet just burst outside. Found Brown down the sideline.
Great way for Overstreet. Create some time, zips that one. That was
a rocket.
That was a lightning beam.
That was a rocket. He can spin it. I'll give him total credit. He can spin it. There's a ram down. Offensive lineman.
And that's 62, Kieran Corchain.
Apologies for the pronunciation, if it's wrong. Looks like he's in a lot of pain right now.
Also, we'll just shout out, do understand there's a watch party happening back in Langley, so thanks to everyone who's a part of that, tuning in and watching some BCFC football right here on BCFC TV.
Kieran Corchain, number 62, you're injured, running the around. Give him a round of applause as he comes off the field.
This is a big boy coming off the field.
I was thinking the very same thing.
He is a large human.
But the hair.
Immaculate lettuce.
Overstreet looks for the end zone in the corner. Dante Meyer. With the 2-point conversion.
Touchdown.
Yeah, they're getting this number 3 receiver matched up on the safety. It's never a good matchup for that.
Conversion caught by number 19, Dante Meyer.
Yeah, Dante Meyer, former PGSS student before he went down south to the Lower Mainland. I believe he went to Bateman, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be.
I believe he did.
Prince George Kodiaks 0.
We won't hold that against him.
Yeah. I'm a former PGSS guy myself. So
9:37 remaining in the first half. And a onside kick here.
It's going to be ram ball.
And that
is
directed for the Kodiaks.
Oh, I don't know what the referee's doing.
Nope. He's redirecting the opposite direction, so it looks like that will be.
I was going to say, in Canadian football, if it's going out of bounds, you just have to touch it. The last team that touches it gets the ball.
Both teams' defenses are out on the field, so I think both sides should just stay out there, figure things out.
Bear with us. Yeah, here comes the Ram offense.
Langley will retain possession.
A little confusing there from the official.
Will be the Rams offense out on the field. 9:37 remaining in the second quarter. Rams lining up 3 receivers to the far side. Overstreet drops back, looks deep ball, and that will hit the turf.
Yeah, I think Rams are going to start liking trips to the boundary right now. Kodiaks don't look like they're adjusting very well to it. Forcing that number 3 receiver onto the safety.
In the second down and 10, Langley.
Rams lining up quads right to the near side. Overstreet drops back, scans, zips this one over the middle, and that will fall incomplete. Rush Henderson, the intended target on that pass.
Ramsey completed pass intended for number 14.
Looks like the Rams are going to go for it again, and why not? Kodiak offense hasn't really done anything to make you be worried about their field position right now.
Once again, 4 receivers to the near side for the Rams. Overstreet Jr. to the far sideline, tucks that one into the hands of Emmanuel Brown, and that will move the chains. Fresh set of downs for the Rams.
Number 3, Emmanuel Brown for the first down.
Yeah, simple 4x1. Brown just runs a 10-yard out route at the stick.
A handoff to Tyson Godspower, and that will be a pickup of
8? 7?
Ish. Let's say 7-ish.
7-ish. 7 to Jason.
7 1/4.
Yeah. 'Gonna be timeout for the Rams here.
8:15 remaining here in the second quarter. Rams leading the Kodiaks by a score of 34-0.
Weather's much different from last week. I'm quite warm today.
Yeah.
Should not have worn long sleeves.
Between last Saturday and today, we've gone through all 4 seasons here in northern BC, which is the usual.
Common.
Yes, last week a torrential downpour made setting up the field fairly interesting for all the volunteers here with the Kodiaks.
Today's total opposite.
It
Just
was
nice, sunny,
complete
beautiful.
opposite, but it was more so just trying to find shade.
Yes, yes, very hot.
Finally, the second down and 3 yards to go.
Overstreet Jr. play action. He's getting chased down. Nearly gets that pass. Knocks down by number 46 of the Kodiaks. I believe that's
Maverick Myers.
Maverick Myers.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication by Overstreet and Brown there. I believe it's Brown, right? Yeah, Brown.
There's
8 minutes remaining here in the first half. Overstreet Jr. He'll look wide open. Rush Henderson, who breaks a tackle and goes practically untouched into the end zone.
Yeah, Kobe Kid just kind of showing some inexperience there. Didn't get enough depth on his drop to kind of force Overstreet to kind of make a layering throw.
Another 3-point conversion being affected by Randall.
Overstreet Jr. looking for the 2-point pass attempt. Manuel Brown, but that will fall incomplete. He was tightly covered there.
I'm very shocked that the Rams are continuously going for 2-point conversions. I'm not sure if there's any issue with their field goal unit or their special teams unit right now,
Prince George Kodiak 0.
or if they just kind of want to make a statement. But it's pretty clear right now that Rams on this day are very much a superior team to this Kodiaks as of right now.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, like I know Kodiaks are dealing with some injury problems as well, but yeah, just energy levels you can kind of tell just by looking at them. They're just, even the bench, not really there right now.
Rams kick this one away. Jacob Wong will make the return for the Kodiaks. And he nearly got away with that one.
On your punt return, number 81, Jacob Wong for a few yards. The Prince George first down on their 33-yard line.
Kodiak's lining up 3 receivers to the far side. Plett, he'll toss this one to Jacob Wong. He'll try to get upfield. May have been able to pick up a yard on that play.
Number 81, Jacob Wong with maybe a yard gain on that last play.
Plett drops back to pass. And he'll connect with, I believe that's Levi Nugent on the far side.
Yep.
But that will only be a pickup of about 6.
Nugent took a nice pop on that play. He's currently down on the sideline.
Nugent.
The third down for the Kodiaks is Maxime Murphy back to punt this one away. This will get a low hit, flag thrown.
It's a nice play there by David Pinto. Nice tackle. I'm not sure what the flag's going to be. I didn't see a penalty, but...
Number 88, Kalen Dizzle with the return. For a couple of yards, we have a flag on the field.
It's going to be a no yards penalty on the Kodiaks.
No yards called.
I thought they had enough space, but...
We have a late flag being thrown on that. If 6:30 remaining in the second quarter. Three receivers to the far side. Overstreet. They'll hand this off. The God's Power gets wrapped up and forced back, but not before he picks up a few yards on that rush.
Yeah, these Rams still kind of capping this backside of the run with Quintana, making sure that there's no backside force coming through from the end.
Three receivers to the near side, 2nd and 6 for the Rams. And Overstreet Jr. zips that one to the far sideline. Dylan Pittick able to limit the damage there by Emmanuel Brown as it brings up 3rd and 2.
Brown with the short reception. Third and short, Henry.
Overstreet Jr., he'll drop this. Number 88, Khalil Dizon. And that will move the chains for the Rams.
Yeah, again, simple RPO, this or that play. Rutherford played that well for the Kodiaks, coming down, forcing the receiver to go back inside off of him.
First and 10, ball spotted on the Kodiaks 47. Bad snap here, again chased down by Myers, and that nearly gets picked off by Dylan Pittock.
Ball juggled a bit by number 2, Daryl Overstreet Jr. Recovered, the pass attempt goes incomplete. 2nd and 10. That's the noise.
4:22 remaining here in the second quarter. Rams lining up quads left, 4 receivers to the far side. Overstreet Jr. takes the snap. He'll drop back, look to the near side. He's got Emmanuel Brown who'll step out of bounds. And that'll pick up enough to move the chains once again.
Yeah, they're just running isolating routes, running a quads formation, just coming back to the one receiver. Doesn't really matter who. They're kind of just playing with the Kodiaks defense right now.
3 receivers to the far side. Myers will motion over. Scanning, looking wide open is Myers. And Dante Myers with the touchdown.
Kobe Kidd for the Kodiaks was completely lost on that play. I had no idea where he was going.
And Dante Myers motion from the far inside slot. Bit of a wheel route, I guess you could say. And
yeah, wide open.
And the Rams add to their total.
There comes the kick game.
I did find it interesting. Their kicker has been warming up on the sideline practically the entire first half.
And they just gone for 2 the entire time. Hey, I like aggressive play calling, but it's strange to me. Yeah, and it might be they were just kind of concerned with some operation stuff. Maybe he wasn't feeling too great. Who knows? But hey.
Either way, Rams leading 47-0 against the Prince George Kodiaks with 3:55 remaining in the second quarter.
My apologies, that was 87. Sorry back, no shame. Your score, the Langley Rams 47, Kodiak 0.
Rams lining up to kick this ball away. And this will get all the way close to the goal line. Returned by Andrew Brown, who finds some space. And he gets brought down just past the 30-yard line.
Ball taken by number 4, Andrew Brown.
Looked like things were starting to set up. And then it all just came crumbling right onto Andrew Brown.
Yeah, you can tell AB's trying to provide a little bit of a spark for this Kodiak team, but one reason or another, it's just not happening right now. Granted, the special teams have been much better compared to what they were in week 1.
Yep.
Not as good as week 2, obviously, but or last week, sorry, but yeah.
A flag here, Platt. We'll throw this over the middle. Xander Tabora with the catch, but that will be going back.
It's going to be an offside on the Kodiaks.
ball complete to number 22, Xander Tabora. That, however, will be negated by an offside call against the Kodiaks. That'll make it first and 15, Prince George.
So first and 15 following the offside penalty to the Kodiaks. They'll negate the big catch there by Xander Tabora. And Plett will drop back. He's got some pressure coming off the edge. He'll just sling it over the middle and completely threw that off his back foot and almost looked like he panicked as soon as he saw the pressure coming off the edge by number 51. Even though it looked like Kodiak's offensive line was able to adjust and pick that pressure up.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I don't know. He feels rushed for some reason when he shouldn't feel rushed. Like this Ram pass rush is good, but you know, it seems like the Kodiak offensive line is handling it fairly well. Yeah, he didn't need to do that.
Plett will roll. He'll find Sidney Nancaro near the far sideline, and that'll pick up a few. It looks like it's a few yards short of the first down. We'll bring up third.
Completed pass attempt to number 11, Sidney Nardcarl.
Yeah, I think Toby Plett's just starting to look at the rush, and once you start looking at the rush, you're not reading the coverage, and you're kind of focusing on the things coming at you instead of what you're trying to attack.
Not quite enough for first down. That'll bring up 3rd and 6 Kodiaks.
.248 remaining here in the second quarter. It'll be a third down for the Kodiaks. Maxime Murphy will come out to punt this one away, as we've reached the 3-minute warning of the first half.
Sandy Baines, head ref, calling that dead. I think it's because he didn't blow the play in.
Play's going dead.
Murphy bobbled the snap, tries to get this one away, but completely puts that one off the side of his foot and in behind the Kodiak sideline.
Yeah, just a little bit of a bobble there. Special teams is a lot about timing. If you don't have the timing correctly, it kind of messes everything up.
Landing on first ball after that punt. The Kodiak 39-yard line.
Here's a handoff. Tyson Godpower, he gets brought down. A good effort there by the Kodiak's defense as they come up with the tackle for a loss.
Jaden Craig flowed right that immediately, made that play. Kobe K came and cleaned it up as well. Or sorry, that was Maverick Myers, I believe. Oh no, that was Kobe. Sorry.
It was Kobe.
One of them.
Can't confirm.
Kobe.
That was Kobe Kidd.
Someone.
A second and about 13. Overstreet Jr. drops back, scans, looks to his left, looks wide open, but Dante Meyer unable to get that one. Looks like it was just a little too tall.
Meyer falls incomplete.
Rams offensive line had a little bit of a trouble picking up that twist.
That means punt team is on the field.
Here's the Rams with the first punt of their day. Andrew Brown trying to make the return. He'll run right into number 47.
Yeah, Ben Fair knows that he missed that block.
Number 4, Andrew Brown.
AB probably could have gotten at least another 10 to 15 yards. See it immediately. Fair hands on head.
Wrapped up on about the 16-yard line where the Kodiaks will scrimmage.
Minute 59 remaining here in the second quarter. Fair will motion through the backfield. Platt looks backside. And that will fall incomplete. He's trying to get it to Levi Nugent.
Yeah, it looks like Kodiaks moved Jacob Wong to the number 3 receiver. Add a little bit of speed at 3. Never a bad idea, especially against a Sam linebacker.
Oh, 2nd and 10. But he'll hand this off, Xander Tabora. And he'll fight for a few yards, gets that to the 20.
Xander Tabora, number 22, they gained about 4 yards for the Kodiaks. We have 36.
Oh, punt team comes out for Prince George.
It's really hard to evaluate this first half for the Kodiaks just because there's been nothing really happening for them. Of whether, like, what they could do better, what they could, like, make small adjustments or anything like that, but
Punt skips at the 45.
we have a flag coming at the end of the play.
88, Kalen Disney with the return. There's a flag on the field.
Looks like it's going to be a hold on the Rams. If umpire Richard Bundock is correct.
Minute 30 waiting before halftime.
Call on the field is holding Langley. That'll bring up a first down, Prince George. Got a first down, Langley.
Rams lining up 3 receivers to the far side. Overstreet Jr. looking to the left. He'll drop it into the flat to Dante Meyer. Meyer gets the first down and then runs out of bounds. Will get the yardage to move the chains with a minute 20.
Yeah, another simple flood concept.
Number 2 to Dante Meyer.
Number 1 running to go, 2 running the deeper out, 3 running the flat.
Overstreet scans, looks to the near side, trying to connect. That just a little too far away for number 81, Ryder Quintana.
Pass falls incomplete. Again, number 81, Ryder Quintana. Get an injured player on the field. That was number 19 of the Langley Rams, Dante Meyer. Please give him a round of applause.
Rams lining up 3 receivers to the near side. Minute 15 remaining here in the second quarter. Overstreet. And he'll connect. But a big hit there by Dylan Pittock. Number 81 with the catch. Looks like he's slightly shaken up on that one.
Yeah, the Sam linebacker for the Kodiaks, Jesse Hallman, when that number 3 receiver came in motion across the formation, he didn't really bump inside with it. It kind of created a little bit more space right over top of that, in the middle for that crosser. Just how the linebackers expanded out. On the positive, that was a really, really nice tackle by Dylan Pittock. Bright spot for the Kodiaks defense.
Quintana getting helped off the field.
Feature player coming off the field from Langley, number 81, Ryder Quintana.
Here's a handoff.
Looks like the play wasn't blown in yet as Quintana was still coming off the field.
Play was blown dead. We'll try that one again.
A minute remaining here in the second quarter. 3 receivers to the near side. Marcus Jones motions into the backfield. We have handoff here to God's Power. He gets wrapped up by Jaden Craig.
Langley ball carrier number 22, Tyson God's Power.
Yeah, simple inside zone
Gain of about 5
with what I call an arrow screen coming off to the flat there.
3 down and 5, Langley. On the 19-18-yard line.
Overstreet Jr., he'll throw this. And that gets right down to the, very close to the goal line. I believe that was number 88. Dizon.
Yeah, I made a really nice move in the open field. Kind of broke Aiden Leslie's ankles there.
First down, Langley.
Final 20 seconds of the second quarter. Emmanuel Brown motions through the backfield. Jet sweep here. And into the end zone untouched. With 14 and a half seconds remaining on the clock.
To Langley's number 3, Emmanuel Brown, for the Langley touchdown.
Yeah, not sure exactly what to say on that one. Like, it's clinical right now. Great job by this Langley offense. They came in with a really, really good plan, and they're executing it really well.
Langley lining up for the point after, and that splits the uprights.
Extra point attempt is good. Your score, Langley Rams 54, Kodiaks 0.
Kodiaks will line up for the kickoff return and try to get 1 or 2 plays in before the end of the half. Assuming they opt to play.
Oh, yeah, assuming. If I was Coach Bellamy, I would just get out of this half. Personally, I understand that he may try to want to get some spark going, a play here and there, but just get out of the half. Looks like Hunter Henderson for the Rams might be up for the game too, that injured offensive lineman that came out earlier. Hasn't really been back in the fold yet.
This kick back to Andrew Brown. He'll field it at his own 7-yard line. He'll try to make some room, and he gets brought down, wrapped up by number 24, Elijah Melnick. Or sorry, actually, that was Louis Villeman.
Luis.
Prince George. Kodiak.
Big Lou. Yeah, Langley native. Went back home in the offseason, along with former Kodiak Jop McCarr.
And Andrew Brown a little shaken up after that play.
Yeah, there was kind of a big contact there between Andrew Brown and Chase Foston as well. You see Foston on the near sideline kind of being helped out by the trainer. Kodiak's going to ill afford to lose AB. He's a big, big player for them. And honestly, as of this scoreline, again, I'm not on the sideline, but maybe take him out, leave him out for the rest of the game, see what else you got on the sideline.
Yep. 9 seconds remaining in the half. Kodiak's lining up with a 2-back set. I'll hand this off to Xander Tabora.
Yeah.
And he gets wrapped up behind the line. 4.6 seconds remaining. This will be the final play of the first half. And this will be a throw to Jacob Wong, and he gets wrapped up and brought down. And that will bring us to the end of the first half. The Langley Rams lead the Prince George Kodiaks by a score of 54-0. We'll take a moment, step away. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes' time to get you ready for the second half right here at Massage Place Stadium.
Quarters. Langley Rams 54, Kodiaks 0.
Welcome back to BCFC TV's tonight's matchup between the Prince George Kodiaks and the Langley Rams. The Rams leading the Kodiaks by a score of 54-0 as we get ready to come out of halftime. The first half stats. I'll tell you, Daryl Overstreet Jr. is as advertised. If you haven't seen him in person, definitely try to get out, whether that be to a Langley Rams home game at McLeod Athletic Park or whether the Langley Rams are on the road. Do what you can, get out to see him, because I'll tell you right now, his first half stats, 23 of 38 pass. Ended up passing for 367 yards and 8 touchdown passes. I'll tell you, looking at his stats coming into tonight, as we also welcome back Brad Packinen.
I'm back.
I was just telling everyone, Daryl Overstreet Jr. as advertised. If you can't see him, if you haven't seen him live, try to get yourself out to a Langley Rams home game at McLeod Athletic Park, or even go catch the Langley Rams on the road. I was talking to a few fans here at Massage Place Stadium who they came out. They wanted to see Daryl Overstreet. Obviously, they're here to support the Kodiaks, but they also wanted to see Daryl Overstreet, who was a former Division II quarterback, was playing arena football just a month ago in the United States. He came into today having completed 60 of 102 passes for 963 yards and 8 touchdowns.
He has more than that.
we talked about that during the pregame.
Yeah.
After the first half, he completed 23 of his 38 passes for 367 yards and 8 touchdowns. So he's doubled his passing touchdown total. He still has not thrown an interception. And I'll take a quick look at the rushing stats. He's only had 8 yards on the ground.
Yeah, he hasn't really been able to. He hasn't had to run
yet. It's a down game for him on the ground.
Yeah.
But
as of right now, this is the best player in the league, and depending on how things go in the next few weeks, you can make an argument he's going to be the best player in the country.
I will say it right now. He is the best player in the country.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say, really. Like that first half was pure domination by the Rams in every facet.
Yeah.
Every single facet.
You know, it was a near perfect first half for them. I think just as they started, the offense started, you could tell that they were starting to, make some substitutions in and out of the offense, starting to see some new personnel on the field for them. Mm-hmm. And some of those incomplete passes may have just been, receivers who weren't necessarily getting a lot of reps previously, whether it be some miscommunication, running routes, or misunderstanding. Who knows?
Yeah. A lot of that probably is true, I would say. If I was the Rams here, I'd probably put him in for about next half of a quarter and then pull him. I don't know exactly their plan, but it looks like he has his helmet on. So.
And the Kodiaks will get this half underway by kicking it off to the Langley Rams. This will be fielded by Emmanuel Brown, who makes it to the near sideline. Tries to cut back, but he'll get forced out of bounds by number 27, Jesse Harmon.
That ball returned by number 3, Emmanuel Brown.
Quick update for Kamloops West Shore. It's 37-0 for West Shore at halftime. And 21-0 for Okanagan over Valley after the first quarter.
Landing first down on their 27-yard line. Now's your time to make noise, Prince George.
Overstreet Jr., he'll hand the ball off to God's Power, and he'll try to power himself forward for a few positive yards. And as you were mentioning the scores there, I think it just It's tough because I think you look at the BCFC standings and, I feel like you still don't really know where the Prince George Kodiaks stand overall in terms of the standings. I think Langley Rams, they're as advertised. I do think that they're the best team in the BCFC right now. Okanagan Sun, they're always a dominant team, as is the West Shore Rebels.
Yeah.
As God's Power takes a handoff here, and he'll try to power, keeps going, and he'll pick up the first down yardage and then some with flags being thrown on the field. And as I was saying, you look at the teams that are up against those teams this week in the BCFC. You look at the Valley Huskers, you look at the Kamloops Broncos, you look at the Prince George Kodiaks. I mean, aside from last week's Prince George Kodiaks taking on the Kamloops Broncos, coming up with a 65-6 victory over the Broncos to win their first game of the season. The Valley Huskers, they've not yet matched up against either Kamloops or Prince George. Mm-hmm. You really don't necessarily know where the Kodiaks are going to end up in the BCFC standings.
So far, after these first handful of weeks, the league seems very top-heavy this year. There's really three teams that are going to really compete for this championship. It's going to be the Rams, the Sun, and the Rebels. It seems this year, with the Raiders, who might be able to kind of sneak a game in here or there.
Carol Overseer, he'll drop back. He looks to throw wide open, and he gets chased down by Aiden Leslie, who's able to catch up. Number 8, Marcus Jones, had to ease up on his route to be able to catch that one.
Rams going a little no huddle.
Taken down by number 3, Prince George Kodiak, Aiden Leslie.
Looks like number 26, Brian McDonald for the Kodiaks in at safety.
Quick off tackle run there by God's Power. But as you were mentioning, you were talking about the VI Raiders even, like, let's not forget last week, ended up winning against the West Shore Rebels on a last play of the game, Hail Mary by Dylan Moreno.
Yeah, I would be curious to see. Have they played? Rams played the Raiders yet? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't remember. But I'd be curious to see, like, kind of how West Shore and Langley match up with one another right now.
Play action. Overstreet drops back, way back, zips it up to Rush Henderson, who makes the catch and into the end zone for the score.
Yeah, rider vote on the coverage there on Henderson.
In the end zone by number 14, Rush Henderson.
It's a big deep drop. Yeah, rider vote just didn't play that well. Big deep drop by Overstreet off of the play action. Carter Hall coming in right in his face. Domination from the word go from this Rams team today.
And the Rams with the point after, and they'll get their lead up to 61. With 12:04 remaining in the third quarter. So I would fully anticipate that to be the final drive on offense for Overstreet Jr.
I would assume.
Kodiaks 0.
And honestly, rightfully so. Like, if that is the final drive for him, hell of a game by Overstreet. He was very efficient, patient. Kind of goes back to what we were talking about last week as well. The Kodiak's pass rush hasn't shown up today. And he's been fairly comfortable the entire time.
Yeah. Oh, and he's got a great offensive line in front of him.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
I mean, I know the Kodiaks, they were able to get 2 sacks last week against the Kamloops Broncos, but as you said, haven't really seen that pass rush. We saw it maybe on one play.
Yeah. Well, the thing with the pass rush last week, too, both of those sacks came from linebackers.
Yeah.
Right? Not necessarily the front four.
Here's Jacob Wong along the far sideline. Gets that up to, I believe that's going to get marked at the 33.
Looks like another Ram player is down to injury. Can't really see the number on his jersey, though.
By number 81, Jacob Wong for a return. It'll be Prince George ball on their 33-yard line.
It's Cheremshinsky in at quarterback now.
Jonathan Cheremshinsky with a run on his first play in at quarterback for today. He was named the starting quarterback in their Week 2 matchup, which happened to be their home opener in the first game of the season. Ended up throwing a peck on his first pass attempt of that game, and then ended up getting benched until late in the fourth quarter in that game. There's Cheremshinsky. Puts this one over the middle. Down this seam, trying to connect with Jacob Wong, but showing a willingness to stretch this defense a little bit.
Yeah, Jacob Wong being lined up as a number 3 slot receiver. It's a good matchup, I think, for the Kodiaks against that Sam linebacker. Speed at 3 is tough to cover.
Third down, Maxie Murphy punting this one, end over end, back spinning punt as number 16 will try to chase this one down. Gets tripped up. Great play there by number 8, Tyler Rora Jr.
Second-year DB out of PGSS. Looks like Overstreet's coming out again.
That punt taken by number 16, Nigel Ross. Line first down.
Overstreet with a jet sweep to Emmanuel Brown. He's trying to find the edge, but gets pushed out of bounds. Ryder Vogt.
Yeah, one of the better plays from this Kodiak defense today. Sorry, sauce to be Ryder Vogt, Aiden Leslie, and number 40 for the Kodiaks, Michael Alade. We're able to kind of make him bubble out, stretch him out to the sideline.
9:52 remaining here in the third quarter. 4 receivers to the far side for the Rams. Overstreet Jr. drops back, some pressure coming off the edge. He'll step, he'll call his own number, and he'll scamper up close to the Kodiak's 50-yard line. Looks like it'll get marked at the 52.
Yeah, Jaden Craig spying Overstreet there. Not necessarily the best thing for Jaden to do because he's not the fastest middle linebacker in the world. But he's kind of fast enough.
He might be faster on skates.
Yes. WHL referee.
Overstreet.
Nice.
That pass broken up. Yes, as Jaden Craig spends his off season, his own athletic off season.
It's not really an off season.
He spends as a WHL linesman here in Prince George.
While also going to school.
Yes. So, very much the definition of a student athlete.
100%. 50-year guy out of Ernest Manning high school in Calgary as well.
Just a turnover on down. Kodiak.
One of the day one Kodiaks for us.
Kodiaks here on offense, 3 receivers to the far side. Tremshinsky senses some pressure. He'll roll to the near side, gets tripped up from behind. Number 0, Shaquille Roman.
Jonathan Cherishitsky keeping the ball himself, number 15.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that one. It was a good play by O'Neal. Or Roman, sorry. Just immediately went to O'Neal for Shaquille. It's the first thing I went to.
You see Shaq, you automatically.
Exactly.
Chermshinsky drops back, looks into the flat, looking for Jacob Wong. That falls incomplete. And
I'll say this, Kodiak offensive line has held up fairly well today in terms of their protection. Chance Lepanen has been a big standout for them at tackle, especially a rookie coming out of St. Paul's in Edmonton.
3rd down here for the Kodiaks. Maxime Murphy to punt this one away. Wobbling snap, but Murphy able to get this one away. This will touch down at the 35. Tries to get return here. Here's the Ram trying to get the edge. He gets it, still on his feet, and it's forced out of bounds.
Ball taken back by number 88. Hello, Dizon.
Dizon on the return there for the Rams.
I feel this DJ tonight is a very big WWE fan. Got the entrance music for CM Punk.
There's a handoff to Tyson God's Power. Right up the middle. He'll get close to the first down yardage. Might be a yard or 2 short. Keandre Williams a little slow to get up following that previous play, but right back into the Kodiak's defensive huddle. Lining up along that defensive line. Overstreet Jr. Play action here. Dump this off to Dizon. To the far sideline, he gets tackled. Number 26.
I think the Rams may have gotten away with a block in the back there.
Reception made by number 88, Caleb Dizon.
Number 8, Marcus Jones. To me, looked like he blocked Aiden Leslie in the back.
It'll be first down, Langley.
6 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Overstreet Jr. He'll play action. Nearly got tackled in the backfield, but he's just powering through the Kodiak's defense. Comes up with, somehow managed to make something out of nothing.
Yeah. Kind of the first time he felt uncomfortable in the pocket.
Backed it up for a first down. It'll be first down once again, Langley.
5:18 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Overstreet Jr. He'll take the snap, looks to the right.
Incomplete. Really nice play by Sawyer Sauce to me. Number 2 for the Kodiaks at that boundary half, playing that out route.
Number 2, Sawyer Stoney breaking up that play intended for Kyle Dizon. Number 88.
Just over 5 minutes remaining here in the 3rd quarter.
Brings up second down, Langley.
Overstreet looks for a quick out on the far sideline. I believe that's Emmanuel Brown with the catch.
It's going to be about 3rd and 5.
Completed pass to number 3, Emmanuel Brown. That'll bring up a 3rd and 5.
Rams offense still out on the field. 3rd down. Overstreet Jr. looking for the end and trying to connect with Marcus Jones, but ends up throwing that pass in behind his receiver, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
It'll be first down, Prince George Kodiak.
Looks like you're going to have some backups coming in for the Rams on defense. Former Kodiak, Luis Villemin coming in at the field side half, number 24 for the Rams.
Karamshinsky drops back. He'll step up, decides to tuck it, and he'll take a slide.
Yeah, good job by Jonathan. Making the quick decision. Looks like it's going to be a first down for the Kodiaks.
And chains will be moved. So, fresh set of downs. Ball up to the Kodiaks' 25-yard line.
Another Prince George first down.
Karamshinsky drops back, puts that to the near sideline. Levi Nugent with the catch. He'll make a spin move and gets brought down and a flag thrown.
Completed Prince George pass to number 83, Levi Nugent.
Not exactly what that's going to be. I think it might be on the Rams. Missed on the replay there.
There's a flag down on the field.
Oh, okay. So it's going to be an unnecessary roughness penalty on the Kodiaks. I believe it's going to be a head-to-head contact. Not exactly sure on who.
Ten-yard penalty against the Prince George Kodiaks.
Two backs in the backfield for the Kodiaks. Here's handoff to Tabora. He gets wrapped up, brought down behind the line very quickly by, I think that was number 47, Nick Reimer.
Xander Tabora with the carry. Number 22.
Yeah, Kodiak's trying to run a counter play. GT counter. Gavin Halverson was going to be responsible for the backside end.
Second and 10, Prince George.
And it looks like, oh, just one moment. Cheremchinsky scrambling inside the pocket. That will, pass attempt will fall incomplete, but I do see, looks like number 12, Gurjan Sidhu for the Langley Rams. He was warming up on the sideline just moments ago, so let's see whether he gets some.
Brings up third down.
Looks like Overstreet's going to be putting his helmet back on.
Field goal team heading onto the field. Or punting unit, rather.
Minute 42 remaining here in the third quarter. The third down here for the Kodiaks. Murphy will take the snap and punt this one away, end over end. And this will get fielded by number 16.
I think it's going to be no yards on the Kodiaks as well.
Guys, a giraffe. Crawling that punt.
So Overstreet Jr. will go back out onto the field for the Rams offense. Minute 25 remaining here in the third quarter. Ball is marked at the Kodiaks 31-yard line. Four receivers to the far side. Overstreet goes to the backside, and Dylan Pittick breaks that one up.
He's had, all things considered, probably the lone bright spot of this Kodiaks defense today.
Second and 10 Langley.
Overstreet Jr. drops back, has time, scans over the middle. Dante Meyer. And Sawyer Sonsteby comes up with the tackle, but it looks like he was trying to deliver a big blow, but
Yeah, Kodiaks running cover 4. It looked like cover 4 at least. Sawyer Sonsteby playing a deep quarter of the field.
Final 20 seconds here in the third quarter. Rams lining up, 3 receivers to the far side. Overstreet Jr. looks for the end zone. That will fall incomplete.
Good coverage by Sonsteby on the corner route.
Number 81 Ryder Quintana, the intended receiver. Ball falls incomplete.
This will be the final play of the third quarter. The 2nd and 10 for the Rams. Overstreet Jr. drops back.
Yep.
Looks wide
Yep.
open. We've seen that route before, and Rush Henderson scores again.
Yeah, Ryder Vogt got burnt. Field side half.
Langley, touchdown.
Henderson, just nice little move. It's kind of like a stutter post.
Rush Henderson in the end zone.
Kind of froze his feet. Overstreet just threw it in there.
So Rams will line up for a point after. And that'll bring us to the end of the third quarter. Rams lead the Prince George Kodiaks by a score of 68-0, heading into the fourth and final quarter of this matchup. And the West Shore Rebels final score out of Kamloops, taking down the Broncos by a score of 64-0.
Yeah, I think you're seeing a lot of the disparity on how heavy this conference is this year. Top end teams are really showing how good they are.
For sure. And especially you look at the Langley Rams, I mean, it seemed like the Okanagan Sun were a team that could never be beat, and they beat them just a few weeks ago.
And it's so interesting what a year can make, because last year, Rams, little bit, like, I'll say it as a former coach of the Kodiaks, a little bit of a mess. Sonsteby gets ready to return it here. He's got it. Yeah, John Stones has to make that, continue on that block. But yeah, the Rams last year was a little bit of a mess in terms of how their roster was kind of made up, I guess. We played them last year here, and quite frankly, we beat them up. Later on in that last year as well, they played Okanagan. They got, I think it was 94-0, 97-0, something like that, for the Sun. And yeah, what a difference a year can make. New coaching staff, new quarterback, new players, kind of a brand new roster for a team that's consistently in the hunt.
And here's a deep ball here by Jaramchinsky.
Yeah, it looked like a smash concept. Throw to Wyatt Stavis.
But yeah, as you were saying, like with this year's Langley Rams team, you go back week 1, they beat the Kamloops Broncos 72-1. The following week, this was going up against the Okanagan Sun 32-25. So, I mean, a closer game, but definitely just, again, the Okanagan Sun have notoriously been recognized as kind of being a powerhouse within the BCFC. And then a 54-3 victory over the Valley Huskers just last week. So, very strong team, and they're showing it once again here in Prince George as Xander Tabora comes up with a catch over the middle.
Yeah, number 14, Wyatt Stavis, comes in on like a yo-yo kind of orbit-ish motion. Rams really didn't respect anything and didn't adjust to that motion. Whenever you show that type of motion, you're really wanting to see what the Rams are doing or what the defense does. There was no adjustment from them whatsoever. They kind of just sat back and played their defense. Now it looks like number 12 for the Rams, Gurjan Sadhu, might be coming in for the final quarter.
Punt by the Kodiaks. Once again, we'll go to number 88 of the Rams, and he'll try to lower his shoulder on number 30, Hayden DeVald.
Yeah, here comes Sadhu for the Rams at quarterback.
So 13 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. And Darrell Overstreet Jr.'s day is now over after a incredible stat line for the day.
Yeah, impressive. That kid is, you can make the strongest argument in the world that he's probably the best player in the country.
Drops back, looking to throw this over the middle. Nice Manuel Brown with a one-handed catch off his back shoulder. And that is a big gain, big completion to move the chains for the Rams.
First down, Langley on the 16-yard line.
And now there's no question. Darrell Overstreet Jr., clearly number 1 quarterback for the Rams. But now you run into a situation where you've got Sadhu coming in. He wants to prove himself. As a run play there for the Rams up the middle, gains a few yards.
Yeah, and if I'm the Rams offense, like head coach Todd Hunter, like you just keep calling your offense. You call what you've been playing the entire game. Because, again, Sadhu wants to play as well. You got to see how he operates this offense, how he, just in case, God forbid, Overstreet goes down, he has to get these reps in. These are good quality reps for him to make that are meaningful. A lot of people get upset when teams, quote unquote, rub it in. But like if they're just playing their offense, there's no issues with that.
Yeah. Sadhu under center. He'll hand this off once again.
It's going to be short.
It'll be short by inches. But to what you just said, exactly. I mean, you're at a point where now you're cycling players in. You're going through your depth chart. Like, you're not going to tell guys who are, maybe not necessarily this is the opportunity for them to get a quarter's worth of plays in that they normally wouldn't necessarily get.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, this is junior football.
And these kids still want to play. Like, they want to show for these coaches what they can do.
Yep.
it's hard to tell a team to kind of take your foot off the gas pedal.
Yes.
Is in.
And the Langley Rams.
Oh, no, they're calling him short.
It looked like it was in, but ends up getting pushed back. A big stop there by the Kodiaks defense, but I just remember, I mean, I played 2 years of junior football back in Ontario, and I was on both sides.
Yeah.
There was games where we completely blew the other opponent out. There was games, I mean, I still remember losing 80-1 to the AKO Fratmen, who are now the St. Clair Saints.
Yeah. Hey, I played against Andrew Harris when he was still with the Raiders, and it was 77-0, and he was responsible for all 77 points. So yeah, another touchdown.
And Langley Rams with the touchdown, number 16, Nigel Durasp. But quite honestly, sometimes it takes some of those big losses to really learn a few lessons.
Yeah.
Again, this takes me back to, unfortunately, it does take me back to, those year one growing pains with the Prince George Kodiaks, obviously a new team in the league back then, but it was a one-win season.
Yeah, and I know we talked about it last week against the Broncos. Considering all the players that left in the offseason that were going to be starters and returning guys, to not have that there anymore, you're having to deal with a lot of guys who, not to diminish their efforts by any stretch of the imagination, but maybe they were the third guys on the depth chart, and then now you're playing these depth guys off the bench who may not have as much experience right now. So you got to really get these guys kind of getting going. But yeah, this is going to be a tough watch on film.
But at the same time, you look at the Langley Rams. You've made a point of just the team they were a year ago.
Yeah.
It could very well take one good off season of recruiting and everything else just completely turn things around. And the season is still very young. You still have you've got majority of your schedule still ahead of you. But especially just these are some of the games that you can look in, you correct your mistakes. As you said, some of these players, perhaps they would have been a year removed from being in a similar situation than what they are right now.
Yeah.
But you learn from your mistakes. You grow from it. Next year, who knows? Be an even better player on this team, better team. As Sawyer Sonseby looks to return this one, and he ends up breaking free from a tackle in number 99.
Yeah, one offseason can really make a difference for any team in the league. You just got to get some really key pieces in recruiting, whether that be transfers, university guys, or even, a rookie coming out of high school. You just got to find that couple of those guys. And again, the Rams historically have always been a fairly good program.
Yeah.
And I think last year was more of just a blip on the radar more than anything.
Here's Andrew Brown with the jet. Tries to find the edge. Does get some extra room. Gets forced out at what looks to be the 42.
For Andrew Brown, your ball carrier, to move the chains. That'll be your first down, Prince George. Ball on Prince George's 42-yard line.
8:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
That's going to be an
Fumble
incompletion.
here.
Yeah, it's an incompletion.
Incompletion, rather.
Yeah, a little pop pass.
Forward motion.
Yep. Little pop pass in Chermshinsky, just a little high. Timing was off a little bit.
There seems to be a little confusion on the field.
Yeah, special teams confusion here by the Kodiaks. Oh, sorry. This is confusing here. They're calling. Let me break this. This should be a forward pass, incompletion by the Kodiaks, but they've marked it 5 yards back. And they're calling Ram ball. This is incredibly confusing. That was a forward. That should have been a forward pass.
And with that was that not first down?
Well, it's the downs box at the time said second down, so this is the confusion that we're having. It was first down, I believe,
the
though.
play
Yeah.
prior to that, Andrew Brown was a similar jet sweep to the opposite side, ends up getting it up to the 42,
Yeah.
I believe.
So I think what they did is they called it a fumble
First and 10 linemen.
when it should have been a forward pass by Cheremshinsky to AB. Yeah, this is a very confusing situation. I would love to hear what the referee saw on this play, or on that previous play, sorry, to kind of,
Yeah.
because that, to me,
Because they blew it down.
Yeah,
as
yeah.
if it was an incomplete pass.
yeah, the downs judge called it as an incompletion, but then I think it was the head ref called it as a fumble to the Rams, recovered by the Rams. And I saw it as a forward pass.
I believe you.
Yeah, I believe me too.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Like, I'd be curious to watch that back. Just to, again, I'd love to hear their explanation for that one.
Aaron Madlock, your 50-50 winner. You won $725.
So 8 minutes and 5 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Sadu will hand this off. Number 22, Tyson Godpower. And it looks like there is a Kodiak down on the field. Looks like that was
Jaden
Craig. Looks like he's been a little banged up the last few drives.
Yeah.
Tyson Godpower with a gain of maybe a yard. Still your time to make noise, Prince George.
Four receivers to the near side. Sadu drops back, flag thrown on the far side. Going deep, and that will fall incomplete. And it looks like there's...
Looks like it's going to be on the Rams there. Might be an offside.
Darrell Jr. That last pass was intended for number 3, Emmanuel Brown.
So 7 minutes and 11 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Kodiak still scoreless.
Looks like they're going to go for a field goal.
So this will be a...
Miscommunication on special teams here for the Rams. Down a player. Looks like it's going to be another timeout.
Seems to be more discussion out on the field.
They're going to bring their offense back out. Yeah, it's just, I think it's more of just kind of miscommunication between the officials and the Rams here.
Because it's only second down.
Yeah, and I think they were informed that it was third down. So officials not really doing giving any help to either team, really. Because that's a big thing. You got to be able to communicate effectively as an official.
Once again, somehow.
Second and 15. Second and 14. 4 receivers to the near side. Sadhu drops back, scans, looks for the far sideline. A flag thrown.
It's going to be a hold on the Rams. Kodiak's going to accept that penalty, push them back another 10.
Penalty, Kodiak, second and 15, Langley.
Second and
Second and 25.
quite a lot.
A bunch.
There's a handoff.
Yeah.
Tries to bob and weave. God power up to the Kodiak's 44.
Yeah, when you have such a long second down like that, you're just trying to get something, some sort of yards.
And now it will be third down.
Yes.
Third and long, Langley.
Kind of got some confusion settled, I guess. Again, more confusion for the Rams on special teams here. Not exactly sure who's supposed to be lined up where.
It'll be Sawyer Sons to be back to return this for the Kodiak, so no Andrew Brown. And that will be a return of short return, but Kodiak's offense will come out with the ball being marked at the 16.
Wrapped up right away. First down, Kodiak. They will scrimmage from about their 16.
Gavin Halverson on the carry, trying to break free, but ultimately taken down by number 92, Carson McQueen.
Gavin Halverson with the ball.
Yeah, good run by Halvey there. Offensive line opened up a decent hole. Just so happened there was 2 linebackers sitting right there.
Kodiaks.
Cheremchinsky looks to throw. And that somehow, Andrew Brown with it. He's off and running. And he'll run out of bounds at the 51.
Yeah, that looked a little funky there.
It did look a little funky.
Looked a little funky.
Looked like the DB thought he had jumped the route.
Yeah.
That was number 18, Kai Johnson, who was the defensive back flying.
I also thought he jumped the route.
Cheremchinsky
Nice.
will dump it off to Gavin Halverson. Halverson will cross midfield and get to the Langley 51.
Yeah, just art of playing quarterback. Just don't see. You go through your progression. You see 1, 2, 3. Once you don't see, like, you get down to from 1 to 2 to 3. Just check it down. Just get a couple yards here.
Ball will get marked at the 52-yard line. 3 receivers to the near side. Cheremchinsky drops back, had some pressure, but try to get that away to Levi Nugent. A late flag.
It's going to be a roughing the passer here on the Rams.
There's a flag on the field.
Trying to see who was late on the contact. Can't quite see who it was from the Rams. That will move the ball deeper inside the Langley Rams end of the field.
I think it was number 23, Sam Laspa, defensive halfback, coming on. They ran a similar play last week against the Huskers, where they ran like a double hammer, is what it's called, double halfback blitz.
Cheremchinsky drops back, looks to throw along the far. And was trying to find a seam over to Levi Nugent, but unable to connect.
Yeah, Rams running a very similar play to that last one, bringing Luis Villemin off the edge this time.
Pass intended for number 83, falls incomplete. Levi Nugent.
For the Kodiaks, you kind of just want to get some sort of points here.
Second down.
Kind of make yourself feel somewhat better about this game.
Cheremchinsky drops back. Looks to connect. Xander Tabora makes the catch. Picks up a few. But that will bring up third down. Tabora slow to get up.
Completed pass to number 22, Xander Tabora for a couple yards. He is down on the field. Maybe receiving some attention.
Looks like it's Tabora's right foot.
Yeah, might be his ankle.
He'll get helped up by Kodiak's trainer.
Probably one of those things where you actually just have to walk it off, kind of get some blood flow back into the ankle. Already see he's walking just a slightly bit better.
It'll be third and about 7. And it looks like the Kodiak's defense will stay out. Really, at this point, you got nothing to lose.
Yeah, why not? Go for it. If you're going to go down swinging type of thing. It's probably arguably your best drive of the game.
And we'll be at the 3-minute warning here. Cheremchinsky drops back, and he'll look, try to deep ball this one, but Levi Nugent, some miscommunication on that one between the receiver and his quarterback, and there'll be a turnover on downs. 2:42 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Levi Nugent. Ball will be turned over on downs. Langley football.
Langley lining up. They'll have more of a balanced formation on this. And tight end to the near side. Oh, jet sweep number 16 trying to cut up inside. Ends up getting wrapped up by Dylan Pittock. Nigel Drasp with the play there for the Rams.
Number 16, Nigel Duras with that. Crowding in that pass. Brings up second down and 1 yard.
There's a handoff. Number, I think that's 25. 15.
15.
Jackson Kluwer. with the carry. Minute 47 remaining. There'll be a fresh set of downs for the Rams. And Sadu, play action will roll to his left, and he'll throw that into the Kodiak sideline.
Yeah, Kobe Kidd was able to recover fairly well on that play action. He kind of bit too far inside. Sadu kind of booted out, but he was able to cover the flat.
Brings up second down and 10, Langley.
Be inside the final minute here of the game. Sadu takes a snap, goes to his near side, looks for a deep ball, trying to connect, and that will fall incomplete. Number 84, the intended target, will be Carlo Wero.
That was a pass attention, number 84, Carlo Wero.
Yeah, Sawyer Sostabee and Dylan Pittick played that very well. Sostabee played a cut coverage where he's the deep man on that side. Dylan Pittick kind of carried the vertical route high because he had no flat threat.
Will be third down for the Rams. Andrew Brown will go back to return. With 30 seconds left on the clock. And a
punt.
Booming punt here.
Punt.
Andrew Brown forced back to his 10-yard line. He'll cut this inside, tries to break free, but gets forced back. It'll only be a return of about 5 yards. 15.5 seconds remaining. The Langley Rams put up 75 points against the Prince George Kodiaks to continue with their undefeated season.
Yeah, complete control from start of the game. Yeah, God's power and overseer really controlling this game pretty much from the jump. Defense for the Rams played incredibly well. This should be the last play of the game.
Cheremchinsky will toss this.
What are you doing? What are you doing? I don't get it. I don't get that one.
Bring an end to this one.
Yeah.
The Prince George Kodiaks fall to the Langley Rams 75-0. The Langley Rams, they will be on a bye week next week. They won't be on the field again until August 22nd when they visit the Vancouver Island Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Prince George Kodiaks, they will be down in Kelowna for next week, their first road game of the season. Kodiaks will not be back home again until September. It will be September 19th. Will be their next home game, and that will be against the Okanagan Sun. So, thank you so much for tuning in to BCFC TV tonight for this game between the Langley Rams and the Prince George Kodiaks. Hope you enjoyed watching, and we hope you'll tune in next week to more BCFC action across the league. Thank you so much, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Services available to catch those road games. If you happen to be on TELUS, you can check channel 1981.